Wow. I'm using a different camera. I'm hoping
Detective,
that
similarly, can you use your pointer and
I can go on YouTube at the same time?
Point out what you observe on State's Exhibit 31A.
Twitter at the same time.
July 11th, 2019 is the day that Charles Vallow dies.
I don't know if y'all can still see me though, so maybe not. Shoot.
September 2nd or 3rd, Lori, Alex, Tylee, and JJ moved to Rexburg, Idaho.
I wanted to have this.
Last known proof of life for Tylee Ryan was September 8th, 2019.
Okay. I guess I'm just going to have to do what I've been doing. I wanted to show the Twitter screen. Don't know how to freaking get my Twitter to come up on my phone. I just got a new phone and it keeps giving me an error with Twitter. Maybe if I look at my name, there's my name, Pat_UI25. All right, I'll try to do that when they have a break. This morning, they're back in court this morning, sitting on the left side of the courtroom directly behind Lori. She's wearing black pants, black jacket, black boots, and she is smiling and chatting with her attorney. Well, that's good. Detective Ray Hermosillo is back on the stand this morning for cross-examination. We have posted all the audio from yesterday here. That's what I was just listening to. Larry Woodcock's in the courtroom with extended family members. Kay Woodcock is not here. The attorneys from both defense and prosecution are meeting outside of the courtroom. Jury has not been brought in yet. Lawyers have entered the courtroom. Fremont County Prosecuting Attorney Lindsay Blake is not here today. Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Tawaina Rawlings is sitting at the table along with Madison County Deputy, blah, blah, blah. John Pryor, Chad Daybell's attorney, just walked in the courtroom. I'm surprised he's leaving the dang courtroom, if you ask me. I wonder if I'm supposed to turn this a certain way or, sorry, y'all. I need to just leave things alone, huh? That's a real close-up picture, huh? Hopefully I can see. I mean, right now, I'm probably talking to my dang self. Oh, maybe 2 people are watching. As long as I got one person I can talk to. Okay, so somebody died in Lindsay Blake's family, so I don't think she's going to be there today. John Pryor just walked in the courtroom. He is casually dressed in a T-shirt and is watching from the audience gallery. I'm told Chad is not watching the trial from the Fremont County Jail. Can he? He can watch the trial from county jail? Dang. I don't know if he means that he can, but Judge Boyce is on the bench. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, the state has required some modifications to the trial schedule. Oh, good Lord. The state would like to end early today and not hold the trial on Monday. Lindsay Blake had a death in the family, and this is likely why there is a modification to schedule. So today's Wednesday, right? This is today, right? Okay. It's kind of weird. Today's Wednesday. They want to end early today and not hold trial on Monday. What is Monday? Is it some kind of special holiday or something? I don't know. So that's what's going on right now. My live chat is coming up for the first time ever when I've been on, and I'm new to this live thing, so please be patient with me. And I'm just going to have to read them from here. I wanted to put them on my screen, and if anybody knows how to easily tell me how to do that, I'll try to figure it out tonight when my son gets home, or I'll research it myself. while I'm waiting on the next update and find out what's going on, because I think they're sidebar right now, I'm going to, I wonder what time they're going to end today, though. I was going to cancel an appointment, but it'd work out good if I didn't have to. Okay, here we go. So jury's been brought in and they're seated. John Thomas is a freaking energy vampire. That's all I can say. That's nice. John Thomas continues cross-examination of Detective Hermosillo. He's asking which detectives and officers were helping dig at the fire pit. This dude is just searching for any kind of hole, making them go back over stuff, trying to find a loophole trying to find a weak spot where they can say, see, you weren't even sure. Hermosillo says they began digging early on June 9th and had everything out of the ground by afternoon of June 10th. Dang. Excuse me. I'm going to step in my braces. Oh, goodness. Thomas asking where Tylee's teeth and bones were found in relation to the fire pit. See, we've been over this. And I'm sure he's paying attention. But he's trying to catch him saying something else, I think, honestly, because they don't have a defense. Hermosillo says he does not recall, and he was not the actual person who recovered them. I thought he worked on that, but I guess he didn't recover those items. This is interesting. So were some things found in the fire pit, because that's where they left it, and just threw a little dirt on it. And some things were found in the, like what they couldn't burn that was too big or couldn't really bury well for some reason. I guess they put it in the pet cemetery. Because I think some of her was found there, correct? I think. No. Hermosillo says when they arrived at the Ada County Coroner's Office, it was after hours. They met an employee who took custody of the remains of JJ and Tylee. Hi, Mom. Good morning, Grammy B. Is that North Carolina? Finally, my live chat's coming up. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be doing this at all, but I don't have nobody to talk to about all this stuff. I'm talking to myself out loud while I'm listening to it sometimes. I don't know what it really matters where her teeth were in relation to. I mean, did he say the teeth were found somewhere else? But I think they were digging in the fire pit and pet cemetery. And this is exactly why I wanted to stay on Twitter. I don't know if you can see me on Twitter, though, when I'm on it. Let's see. Pop out chat. Can I do that? Okay. Yeah, it'd be cool if I knew what I was doing, huh? So we'll just go back to the way I'm doing it. Sorry, y'all. Boards were found on top of JJ's body. Hermosillo said similar style boards were found in Chad Daybell's garage area, but they were never able to find the identical matching boards. That's kind of jumping around right there. I don't know what's going on there. I know this is kind of sick, but this is what I think Lori was sitting there thinking yesterday when she was hearing, well, not just yesterday, the very first time she probably heard how, because I'm assuming that Alex and Chad did the attempted burning and burying. I don't see her hanging around doing much more than murder. I think she enjoyed the murder and then left and said, y'all just deal with the rest of it. Burn it, bury it, I'm going shopping, whatever. And I bet she was thinking when she first heard how they were found, she was like, because she's in prison when they found it. And I'm sure she heard how they were found because we did. We heard there was, shallow grave, board and rocks, and how Tyler was found in pieces. So I bet she was like, he can't do anything right. Oh my God, he half-assed did it. That's why we got caught. I mean, I can just hear how this crazy murderer is thinking. She's not thinking, what a piece of shit I am. She's thinking how her brother half-assed did stuff and she got caught. I don't even think there'd be a trial if Alex was alive. I think you would just tell all and get it over with because you'd see what a monster she was all of a sudden. I'm still waiting on an update. I need to have thank you for looking for me. I accidentally, I think, deleted yesterday's live, although I can still see it in my Lori Vallow playlist. I don't know how I was able to do that, but that's the only way I found it yesterday. I was like, dadgummit, I spent hours on here. So did any of y'all listen to the audio of yesterday's? I'm still listening to it, but Thomas and his objections. You could even hear that Boyce was kind of getting put off with it at one point. We still at the boards were found on top of JJ's body. But I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard. She tried to get out of court yesterday. I think she worked up the tears during lunch because she just so happened to see all that gory stuff, then go to lunch, then be crying. NateEaton did say she was visibly upset and he'd never seen that in all the times that he has seen her. And I mean, think back to when we saw her when she had to go to court in Hawaii and her arms are literally crossed and she's pissed off. She's like, y'all are bothering me. What am I doing here? I mean, like we're interrupting her honeymoon vacation or whatever the hell. So she, poor thing, she don't want to see it again. She don't want to have to see it. Well, nobody wants to, but you're going to have to, thank God. All right. Thomas asked Hermosillo if photos were taken of their searches at Daybell's property. The detective says yes, which he's already seen. See, he's just going back over stuff, and it's really pissing me off. Thomas asked Hermosillo if any trace evidence was collected from JJ's autopsy. I've been waiting for this. The detective says they stood in the back and was not directly involved in the autopsy as the medical team was doing it. Hermosillo says he did not ever personally take trace evidence off JJ's body. Thomas has no further questions. Yeah, I'm hoping that they got something from the duct tape, like hair, some type of DNA of Lori's. Okay, so Wood is asking Hermosillo questions on redirect. He asked the detective if he knows if the weapons found at the house belonged to Lori. Hermosillo says he did not know. And if you listen to the audio, that's one thing I picked up on this morning. They asked Hermosillo if he thought all of those guns and stuff that were found in the garage, if he thought they were Lori's. And he said no. And I was like, why did he just say that? I mean, isn't that where he found them? I think it was in her garage. Maybe it was Alex's, but I think it was hers. And I don't know why he would say that, because if they're found at her house, I assume they might be hers. So I think that's why he's doing this. Hermosillo says he did not know. It was extremely suspicious to have those guns along with everything else we located. We took photographs and took the guns out of the residence because when we went inside the residence, the door was broken and unable to lock. We held onto the weapons for safety. They busted the door open with their warrant. I'm looking for more stuff, though, for them to say that the gun was connected, one of the guns was connected, or the shell casings were connected with Brandon, or anything. Lori is looking back and forth between Wood and Hermosillo as questions are asked. She also looks down at the notes her attorneys are taking during questioning. I wonder if they're writing notes to her? Probably not. What kind of info could she give them that's good? Exactly. How dare her? I mean, when she was killing them, she didn't have a problem looking at it. And now she wants, I don't want to have to be here. Y'all all just stay here. They're all there because of her. They all have to be there because of her. And she's going to ask to be excused? I'd have been rude to her if I was the judge. I'd have been rude to her. I'd have said, in this court of law, you're going to do what I say. And even if I got to gag your mouth to keep you quiet, you're staying. Because he read a law where even people that act up, they'll gag them. They're staying. They're going to sit through their damn trial. It ain't fair for everybody else to be there. She's saying she didn't do it. So shut up and sit down with your shackles. He's looking back and forth. Some of the stuff that freaking Thomas objected to pissed me off from yesterday. He was like, well, what is this picture of? It's just tall grass. And I'm thinking, if you would have been freaking listening, where JJ was buried, there was tall grass, and then there was disturbed ground by the tree and the pine over there. And that's what I'm thinking. He's like, well, what is this? Did you take the picture? Well, then I don't want it admitted. Like, he dug him up. He is the detective that opened the bag with his pen and saw the baby's hair. Oh, I said this. If she walks like Casey Anthony, I'll never get over it. Me either. And I think someone might kill her. Because, I mean, I hate to say it's worse than the Casey Anthony case, but we have so much more information on this one that if she walks, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Okay. Hermosillo recalls the events of the day they first went to Lori's apartment on the welfare check. He says they knocked on 3 doors at the apartment complex. That'd be Lori, Alex, Melanie, and nobody was there. He and Detective Hope drove to the prosecutor's office to try and get a warrant, but they made contact with Lori, and she was told to open the front door because detectives wanted to speak with her. So I guess it was the next day they had to bust the door down. Yeah, and he was like hearsay when he was trying to say what Lori said in the interview. He was like, were you there? He said, no, but I saw the video. I saw it with my own eyes. I heard it with my own ears. Sorry, you weren't there. That's hearsay. What? Well, then who is going to tell about it? Because everything that came out of her mouth was anger about how she had some kind of 5 kids or something. Well, she didn't and never did. Charles's kids were full freaking grown and probably never came over anymore, even if they ever did, because there was some weird stuff going on over there. The judge had cameras in the house and everything when the kids were little, because something was going on over there. I won't talk about it right now, but supposed children messing with children or something. I don't know. But baptism by fire. You're not kidding. Oh, and when I was listening to and reading about the duct tape on JJ that was from here, like they even duct tape around here, around on his face. Just like, that poor baby. Wood now asking about Melanie Gibb. Recalls Lori telling police that JJ was with Melanie Gibb watching Frozen 2, and that's why Melanie was not answering her phone. Melanie was in on this up to this point. David probably told her, you're not going to stay here if you're going to lie. Police eventually reached Melanie, and she said she did not have JJ. I interviewed Melanie a few weeks before the kids were found. You can find that video here. And that's NateEaton saying that. And I remember that video because all of a sudden she was acting like Lori was crazy and she was never, nothing. Whatever. They have the Feel the Fire podcast and she was in on everything. They were both cuckoo. She was in the castings too. I didn't know Zulema was at the first meeting. At that preparing of people where Chad and Lori first met, I did not ever hear that Zulema was there until a couple of days ago. I don't know why he's asking about Melanie Gibb here because it's just going to be screaming hearsay and Melanie's going to be a witness. So I don't know where he's going with this. Still talking about Melanie. I wonder if she's in the courtroom. There's the interview. Nobody knew a thing about this woman. Do you remember? Blown away. I was like, what? So that is when everything really started opening up and we started hearing about the dark, the light, what was freaking going on and stuff. And she's acting like she thought it was all crazy. Oh, no, Melanie. Okay, here we go. Really? Everything just went away. What the heck just happened? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is just super aggravating for me. It went back to 8:35 for some reason. So I'm just waiting for the update. Oh, Lordy. I wonder if Pryor's taking notes. I'd feel weird taking notes if I was him. He can just order the transcript, actually. And I bet he will. And it's going to be costly. And taxpayers going to pay for that. I don't know what's going on here, y'all. I'll just see if I can log into my Twitter again. It's really aggravating me that I can't. Got a new phone and for some reason... It's downloading. Open. Okay. Error, error, error. It just won't even let me try to log into Twitter. Lordy, God help me. Here we go. Okay. Hermosillo explains how the police department handled tips received on the missing kids and says all of them were followed up on. Hermosillo explains the process of sifting through the dirt at the fire pit. They're skipping around. I can't wait to listen to this because you find out so much more. He says the FBI brought a sifter with them so they would scoop up dirt and solid objects, teeth, bone, found in the sifter would be laid out on the blue tarp. Photos would be taken, it would be logged into evidence, and then police would go back to sifting. And see, Woods is having to go back, re-question, because he's having to redirect because he's got to make sure Thomas doesn't have anything to say about all this later. I mean, it's an excavation of body parts, Lord. Hermosillo's, to me, a star witness. It's just, he's so awesome. Chasing my 6-year-old tornado across the house. That's funny. I missed that. Enjoy that while you can. Although my daughter did call me and ask me to go to something with her this weekend. And I was like, oh, I wish my mom was here. Okay. There we go. Hermosillo says the warrant was served at Chad's house between 8 and 8:30 on the morning of June 9th, 2020, and his lazy ass was still in bed. Hermosillo says none of the tips police received from the public aided in finding JJ and Tylee. Well, from what I heard, honestly, I want to say from one of my viewers, I want to say he might have even been involved in it, was a satellite overview of the ground being disturbed, not being disturbed, and then it all of a sudden you see it's been disturbed in these places. But I don't know, I could be wrong. I think another thing was that they had come in the winter and tried to do the same thing, but the ground was too hard. Hermosillo says there is no evidence to suggest JJ was alive after September 22nd or 23rd, 2019. He says there is no evidence to suggest Tylee was alive after September 8th or 9th, 2019. And I want to say Tylee's birthday was one of the days JJ was taken. It would have been her birthday. Wood has no further questions. Thomas asks if he can recross Hermosillo. They didn't give much evidence during his testimony. I mean, thank God we got pictures of all the crazy stuff he found. But I just would have expected more comparisons. Like this gun we found out was used in this. These bullet shells matched. I mean, I just would have expected the video, the live cam video. Maybe that's coming with another detective, like Detective Hope or something. I bet everybody in the courtroom, whenever Thomas says he's going to object, recross, or whatever, they're like, everybody probably gets all. Yeah, and I wish they'd talk about the cell phone pings because, oh, you're nice. It's not way better, but I never claimed to be professional. I don't know what I'm doing. I just got to talk about this with somebody. And I appreciate everybody that's here. I really do. Okay, Thomas asks if there is evidence of an attempted homicide on Tammy Daybell on October 9th, 2019. Hermosillo says they believe it was an attempted homicide. I looked up this stuff last night about asphyxiation. It suggests that it's most of the time accidental choking. And I believe, and I hope they know, that she was choking on, I really believe it was malachite. It made her lungs bleed. She chokes because her lungs are bleeding. And then it looks like she had a heart problem, unless you know to look for that. I mean, these dummies would have known if there was evidence admitted on Tammy. I'm just waiting for him to say, why do you think it's an attempted homicide? Which opening the door for us, so go ahead. I mean, they spent $3 million on all of Tammy's investigation. $3 million. Just her. So you would hope they have a little bit more than we think she was. We think it was an attempted homicide. This phone. Ay, ay, ay. And this is my new phone. Sweet Jesus, help me. Okay. You all right? Oh, it was just one of my dogs jumping down. Oh, good. So you think Hermosillo will be called throughout the trial? Yeah, I think he's a star witness. He truly is. Wait, this is Hermosillo? Oh, no, wait. This is Lieutenant Jared Wilmore of the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Spencer Rammel will question Wilmore. Can you see him? So Thomas has no further questions. Next witness called. Lieutenant Jared Wilmore? I don't remember hearing about him. Oh, you're nice that you enjoy my commentary. Well, I tell it how it is. I try to be nice, but this woman's getting what she deserves now. She's finally having to do what a court says. She can't run off like she always did and go against what the court said. And then poor Joe Ryan ran out of money, and so he just ended up following her. So she wasn't supposed to take Tylee away from where they were both living. She was to stay by the father in that area. And she took Tylee and moved anyway. So Joe Ryan moved. I mean, this man spent his very last dime on trying to see his poor daughter and wasn't even a bad father. This woman is evil. I think she got off on being that way because it would bother me. Wilmore has worked for the Madison County Sheriff's Office for 20 years. Hermosillo, 22. He is the captain over the Madison County Jail and oversees the tailmate phone system used for inmates to communicate with family and friends. All right. Maybe we're going to hear something interesting. I don't remember this dude. Telmate phone system. It could be the phone call Lori made to Chad, or it could be some phone calls we don't even know about yet. Which I'm glad to finally hear they're listening to her phone calls or his. I wonder if they've talked at all, Chad and Lori. Because, I mean, he dumped Mark on her and immediately got Pryor once he was caught. You know, he was like, I'll stick her with the bad attorney that doesn't have any experience. Not bad attorney, but the unexperienced attorney. Oh, the nerve. I love you so much. And then 5 minutes later, it was her and her brother. I don't know what you're talking about. My yard? My axe? I wonder if it'll let me log into Twitter on here. Sorry, my bird is not happy right now. He's hormonal. He's very hormonal. It's saying error every time I do anything. Won't let me reset the password or nothing. Let's see what this guy has. Come on. Show me. Show me. This is so cruel that he's not televising this. It's literally cruel. We deserve to get to see her face. Wilmore can access the information with a username and password. He can review any video visits or phone call of any inmate in custody. Wilmore cannot edit or make changes to any of the information. The Telmate systems are located on the pods where the inmates can use them. And I'm talking about iPods, iPads. They give them iPads. And you can stay on them as long as you freaking want to, because she stayed on like a whole day with Colby one time. I'm like, that is insane. Y'all are paying for that. She needs to be cleaning a kitchen or washing some clothes or cooking most of the day. Wilmore says every time a phone or video call comes in, a timestamp is made. Rammel moves to admit 3 pieces of evidence. Rammel? Okay, so we're just setting it up right now to say that what he's about to probably play, there's no way it can be edited. It is time-stamped, dated, video call, and nobody can mess with it. Comes in as it comes in. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be the phone call between Lori and Chad, which I guarantee you was the only one they ever had after he got caught. I don't know if they can talk while they're in prison, though. I don't know. So, Rimmel moves to admit 3 pieces of evidence. Hopefully they are videos, audios, and we get to... You okay? Give me a minute. It's the dog. First piece of evidence is a USB drive containing a phone call between Chad and Lori on June 9th. That's what it is. You can listen to the call here. Let's go ahead and listen, because you know they are.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics has one simple mission: to create a world.
Good Lord.
Of healthy, happy princes and princesses. Come visit this magical place for yourself. You will be sure to achieve the perfect fairy tale ending.
It's about to play it.
Idaho Falls Pediatrics.
A call from and head by an inmate at Vallow County Jail.
I can't understand what they're saying either. It's basically just the automated system. Then Lori's going to talk.
Thank you for your time. Are you okay?
They're searching the
The
property.
house again?
The house right now. So,
Mark means we'll be talking to you.
Mark means we'll be talking to you.
Okay.
Okay. She's acting like,
What are they in the house?
what are they at the house?
No, property. Are they seizing stuff?
They're
Again?
about to be. Because he keeps looking at it. He actually told him where to go look with his eyes. It's crazy that she calls him at this time, though, huh? It was suspicious to me at the time.
Okay.
You want me to pray? Stop it. I'm glad you called me.
Yeah.
I love you so much. In 5 minutes, I will not.
Okay.
See what transpires. Okay.
What do you do? Pray. What do you want me to do?
It just blows me away when she says pray. Who is she praying to? Because probably praying to him.
What can I do for you?
What can I do for you? This woman. And it's showing his dumbass face when they were playing the recording. Gag. He drove straight to Mean's office. He was like, forget that other attorney.
So he knows what they're doing.
Look at Larry. That was at the pretrial conference or whatever you call it. I don't know. I love that he was sitting behind Chad because the camera had him behind him the whole time. Larry. I don't know if we're going to talk again. Can they talk to each other in prison? Do y'all know? Roll those eyes a little louder. Oh my God, I know. It's like,
Okay, baby. I love you.
okay, baby, I love you. He don't love her. I think she might have loved him. I don't know. Love, I mean, to the best of their ability, they didn't love nothing but themselves. Ugh. Okay, so that was the first piece of evidence. Next piece of evidence is a thumb drive containing a digital video visit between Summer Shiflett, Lori's sister, and Lori on June 24th, 2020. What? Have we heard this before? Wait. June 24th. So this is after they found the kids. Summer has gone. Now, I did hear that Summer was going to go try to talk Lori into just coming clean so maybe she could make a deal and maybe she could get capital punishment off the table. She was like, when Lori knows she's lying because she knew when to turn it on and off. Her own damn sister said that. She said, because she's been lying to us. So she knows what she's doing is wrong. So she probably went to try to talk to her and say, look, we know everything. Just freaking come clean. You be the first one to squeal, and maybe they'll make some kind of deal with you where you don't have to be shot, because that's what they do there. It's they shoot you, and it costs something stupid like $8 million to get a firing squad. No. Well, how else are they going to do it? I mean, that's how they do it there. Can they just get a chair and do the chair, or what about lethal injection? They were saying if they could get lethal injection, it would cost this much. And I'm like, Why does it cost that much? That's just wrong. But murderers, they're all scared to die. They start believing in a hell all of a sudden. But that's where they belong. And I know that's harsh, but if there's a hell, that's the kind of people that are there because that's how they lived. So the call between Chad and Lori was made on the day the police were searching Chad's property, at the very moment they were doing it. And he kept looking over his shoulder like this, they said. And he kept looking at the same spot, the pond and the tree, which is where Joshua was found. And that damn Thomas was, I object. How do you know what he was looking at? So they had to go through it. He was like, well, me and another detective walked over there to the position where he was sitting and then standing. And we did the turnaround like he was doing. And we looked right where his eyes were looking. I'm like, what does it matter? That's where he was found. Who cares how? It's not like they put him there. Chad did. Chad and Alex did. And Lori. Whether she was there or not, she put him there. Ramble now asked to play the phone call. Oh my gosh. We're not going to get to hear that call till later. Next piece of evidence is a thumb drive containing a video visit between Colby Ryan and Lori, August 3rd, 2020. It's a couple of months after the kids are found. Damn. A video visit. So does that mean on an iPad or he actually went there? I don't know. It's ridiculous that they can just use this iPad to chat with people. Although one time I did sign up to chat with her and she didn't chat with me. You have to like pay for it, sign up to talk to her at a certain time, and then she can get on and she can say deny or talk to that person. And she wouldn't talk to me. Anyway. The call between Chad and Lori was made the day police were searching. Next piece of evidence is the thumb drive. Was it 3 pieces of evidence that they were? Let's see. 3 pieces of evidence. So that's what they were. It was the phone call Lori made to Chad, which very weird that she made it at that time. And then he was out there with his phone. I'm surprised they let him have his. Oh, well, they said he could call his lawyer. Next one was Summer Shiflett, her sister, and her having a call, and then Colby Ryan, her son, a video visit. Man, what do you say to her after? What does she say to you after? Because I'm pretty sure Colby Ryan, he has a YouTube, and it's very popular. So Colby said he called his mother, and she said, just read Job. That's what's going on. Anyway. Look at her smiling right there. I'm like, what does she have to smile about? Does she think they're all there to take pictures of her? Like, oh, she's so pretty. Well, she knows everybody in the courtroom is disgusted by her now. It's as if she's naked. She is exposed inside and out. People can see through her wickedness, and she don't like it. It's uncomfortable for her. Boo-hoo. I know. He's just like a Mr. Potato Head. His mouth barely moves when he talks. He's like, what did she see in him? Did she think he had money because he wrote books? Or did she really think he was a god? Or did she like to just play the game? Because she knew it was all a lie. Because she didn't tell, people that were at the psych ward. She was like, I didn't say that. I don't think I'm a god. I don't think things can bounce off of me and not kill me. I'll take you out in a minute. Stop growling at me. The dog has gone out 20 times today. He just likes to go outside. He's obsessed with escaping. The call between Chad and Lori. Lori begins by saying, hi, babe. Okay, he's doing what we just heard. But I'll read it to you. and asks if Chad is okay. He says they're searching the property, so Mark means we'll be talking to you. Lori responds, okay. What? Are they in the house? Chad says, no, they're out on the property. Lori asks if they are seizing stuff. Chad says, no, they're searching. As this call is being played, Lori lolls at the screen. I guess looks at the screen. Stop it. You're probably making my bird scream. Come here. Come here. I may have to walk outside again, y'all. I'm so sorry. Lori asks Chad what he wants her to do. He says, pray. I didn't hear that part. She says, what can I do for you? He says she should call Mark, maybe, and talk with him. Because he ain't my attorney no more. Chad says he did call him, and Mark knows what they are doing. Chad getting a calling from someone else and says, I love you so much. She says, I love you, and asks if she should try to call him later. He says, I don't know. I'll answer if I can. I love you, and I'll talk soon. And I bet they didn't. Okay. State has no further questions for Wilmore, and defense has no questions. Wow. He is dismissed from the stand, and Lieutenant Joe Powell with the Fremont County Sheriff's Office is called to the stand. I'm hoping they put Detective or Lieutenant or whatever the frick he is, Hope, up there, because Hope and Hermosillo were the ones that became dark. They're the first ones that went over there to question Lori about JJ, and all of a sudden they're dark. Anybody who, wasn't going to go along with their little crazy made up shit world became dark. You think they were going to try to kill him? I bet Alex would have. I mean, that dude would go to any lengths for her. And I think she enjoyed it more than he did, though. I don't think Alex enjoyed it as much as Lori. Truly. Okay, this is what he looks like. I think I remember him. Lieutenant Joe Powell. Stop it. Come here. Come here. Come here. Y'all, please don't be mad at me if I have to take this dog out real quick. But he better pee quick because I ain't playing with him. And Carrie, maybe we can talk later on the phone and you can help me figure out how to get stuff on the screen. I really like if you do this with me. I love that. Come on, Lieutenant Joe Powell. I'm ready for the trial in Arizona, too, because the police over there upset me. I didn't like the way they were handling stuff. I didn't like the way they handled Charles. I didn't like the way they were all gaga over Lori about her damn lip gloss and shit. Oh, it aggravated me. It just really, I can't even listen to the Charles video and the way that they're talking to him. I can't. They're treating him like, yeah, sure, buddy. Sure, she said this. You're just a jealous husband. Powell's sworn in and will be questioned by Rawlings. Sorry, y'all. I don't know who Rawlings is. I guess it's another one of the state's attorneys, maybe? Because that's a state witness. Okay. Oh, there's my other dog right there. Okay, y'all. I'm going to let him out real quick. Be right back. Come on. Go. Move it. Move it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go here. I wish I had some treats because that would make him happy. He did not even need to pee. He just looked up at me like, let's stay out here. He likes to stay outside. All right. Thank you. Y'all are too kind, really. It's taking a while to swear him in. Man, I kind of think East Idaho News should have hired a court reporter and just got her to type every single word real quick. You can hear the court reporter typing in the back when you're listening to the audio during the day. I mean, I assume it's her. It could be all the reporters in there. All right. Come on. You want me to pray? I mean, really, who's she praying to? Come here. Hop up on the bed, baby. Does anybody know who Rawlings is? Is that one of the state's attorneys? I think the death penalty needs to be a lot scarier myself. I wonder if anybody really suffers unless they're in the electric chair, because that gotta hurt. But, I mean, do they give you some kind of tranquilizer, or did they let you fry? It is gruesome. It's hard for me to say I agree with that, because I think for them to have to live in prison for the rest of their damn life and think about what they did, what a miserable life. But some people get parole when, after so many years, and I'm like, well, I don't want that. That's wrong. Okay. Powell has been a lieutenant for 6 years. He oversees patrols, detective schedules, looks at reports, and assists with everyone on staff. He previously worked as a detective for 4.5 years. Powell learned of Tammy Daybell's death on October 19th, 2019. Gilbert police contacted the department on October 31st, 2019. And Powell was asked about Daybell's death. Gilbert said they had an attempted murder in Arizona. They're talking about the attempted murder. Oh, they're talking about Brandon's home. I don't know if they're going to be able to talk about Charles's way of death, because Lori is being accused of conspiring to do it, but I don't think they can try her on that in Idaho because it happened in Arizona. And she will be tried in Arizona, from what I hear. She will be sent over there for a trial on his death, and I hope attempted murder against Brandon. So somebody called the Gilbert police October 31st after Tammy's death and told them about it. The attempted murder in Arizona. Huh. Okay, he learned about it October 19th. Then the Gilbert police contacted the department on the 31st, and Powell asked about Daybell's death. Gilbert said they had an attempted murder in Arizona. Okay, so Gilbert's like kind of starting to see these things go together. Yay. Powell shares that Gilbert police spoke to him about the Jeep and the connection to an attempted murder. Powell conducted surveillance on Chad and Lori at a few different locations. They had several people doing surveillance on them, and I didn't know about all the surveillance. And I'm so glad they got that little thing in the middle of the Jeep, the black box or whatever, because that's going to tell that Jeep, the Texas Jeep, was in Arizona same day that Brandon got shot at. But I'm wondering why they're not saying all this stuff. Are they saving that for Arizona? Or what? Because Alex and Lori are a part of that at the same time, so it confuses me. I don't know. I don't know if that's on the list of what she's being accused of here in Idaho. These updates, oh my God. I'm glad they started sharing back and forth though. Because at this time, has Lori's already moved to Idaho at this time though, I think. Oh yeah, there's a fee for that transcript. My court transcript for 5 days was damn $300 or something crazy. So I wouldn't even want to be the one that paid for that one, but somebody's gonna. People that have big YouTube pages, I'm sure they will. But I can't wait to hear about all the places the Jeep went and all that stuff and where it stopped and then where it opened. And back when it opened, it stopped in Arizona. These updates, they're killing me. Rawlings admits a photo of Chad and Lori at Cafe Rio on November 1st, 2019. Was Tammy gone yet? Tammy Powell took the picture and says they were in conversation while eating. Huh. Okay, Tammy died in October. So this is a few days before they get married. Cafe Rio. Where? Where's Cafe Rio? I assume Idaho, but you can't assume nothing here. That lady was traveling all over the place. I wouldn't even want somebody to see me eating with the opposite sex a couple of weeks after my spouse died. You got to know somebody's watching you. And people just talk already anyway, because it's just weird. It's like, oh, I saw Chad Daybell eating it with this pretty woman. And I mean, then it just goes from there. But they really were up to something. And so sometimes I guess we should be, fishy about shit like that, because they always lie. Whenever it's the spouse that killed the spouse, they always lie about their affair. Just come clean. Yes, we were having money problems. Yes, we fought all the damn time. I couldn't stand him. Yes, I was having an affair. Look what I was living with. Who wouldn't? I mean, at least just be brutally honest. If you really didn't do it, just tell all. But they always did do it. It seems like they always did it when they lied about it. The affairs and stuff. So I really don't know what they're going to say about this photo, because we already know they ran off and got married immediately after she died. Okay, so they're eating together. I'm sure they ate together and slept together every damn day, because she said she had to have it. Now that she was a translating being, it made their vibrations higher, and them happier if they did it several times a day. Gross. I bet Melanie was like, yeah, I didn't. Too much information. Don't need to hear all that shit. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yep, they also have surveillance at the storage place where he slaps her on the booty, where they're putting a tire in there. I remember when I first saw that video and the way Chad was carrying it, it was real heavy. I was like, God, I hope that's not a body. So they were eating at a cafe together, November 1st. Pretty sure they got married like on the 5th or something, maybe. I don't know. But she got those rings before Tammy died. Anyway, I was looking up asphyxiation, and I even looked up would you die of asphyxiation with malachite? And yes, you would. But it doesn't mean that that's what they're going to say. They're obviously just going to say, we believe it was attempted murder or homicide because she died. Okay, here we go. Cafe Rio. Next photo shows Chad and Lori walking into Hobby Lobby holding hands on November 1st, 2019. Where were they doing all this? Because, you know, the little LDS people are running around everywhere. They all know each other in their little stake. Powell says an investigation was eventually conducted into Tammy Daybell's death because she was young and in good health. After the fact. Why didn't they say that the day she died? And he hadn't moved her damn body. And she had froth coming out her mouth. And she was perfectly healthy. And her kids were like, she was coughing. She was going to die. Daddy said she was going to die. Powell explains how he helped conduct a search warrant on Alex Cox's townhome and helped with the exhumation of Tammy's body. Good. Maybe we're going to talk about Tammy now. You know what? That's why Pryor's there that day. That's why Pryor's there today. He knew that was next. And Alex Cox is nothing. Alex didn't have shit. Everything Lori stole, she paid for Alex to have whatever he had. He quit his damn job when he moved there. Where was Melanie this whole time? I don't think the girl had a job. But she just up and moved with her kids, and now you don't even hear about her being there. I bet she got her ass right back to Arizona with her kids if she didn't want to lose them, which that's exactly why she lost them for a little while. Okay, so Hobby Lobby. What do you think they were getting in Hobby Lobby? Fake flowers for their wedding? It might have been, y'all. And little stupid champagne glasses that they supposedly put apple juice in or whatever. Ugh. Weirdos. Okay. Powell reviewed Tammy's medical records and got a warrant for her prescription medications from Walmart. She was on an antidepressant, I think. Powell says she had prescriptions for fluoxetine and tramadol. Tramadol sounds familiar. Does anybody know what those are? Oh, yeah, she got off on people watching her. She got off on seducing men, too. I think she truly, that was one of the reasons she was so into Chad, is that he was so inexperienced compared to her. And he was just like, just blah, blah over her. And I think she loved that. I think she loved that she was, you know, almost like he was a virgin. Ugh, gross. So, fluoxetine and tramadol. I've heard of tramadol. Is that like a pain pill or something? I don't know. Does anybody out there know? Tramadol was an anti-inflammatory that had some narcotic properties. Oh, no. Okay. Thank you. I'm afraid to touch anything on my computer. Powell says Tammy had no signs of high blood pressure or other health issues, like her family was saying, that she was sick. Sick how? She was coughing? Oh, my God. Coughing is not sick. Okay. And the fact her husband was with another lady so soon led police to exhume her body. What a dumbass. Police got a court order, and it was performed at a Springville, Utah cemetery. Her kids were pissed that they didn't know, that they found out about it later. You don't have to be asked. You should be glad, though, because the damn autopsy should have... He had a grandbaby and another grandbaby about to be born. That was the only happiness the lady had in her damn life. That's not food, baby. It's just your collar here. And her ducks and geese. Because you know she wasn't happy with him. She was the only one that damn worked. I'm so glad they're talking about Tammy finally. Oh my gosh. It's the generic for Prozac. She was on an antidepressant, huh? Because I want to say I heard that somewhere. I bet she was on a damn antidepressant. If I had to live with that, I'd have been on several. And I bet she didn't care if he was Simon Fair. The only thing she cared about is that it would embarrass her if he got caught, because that kept him away from her. She didn't have to worry about him touching her. They say no signs of high blood pressure or other health issues. I wonder if one of those was for high blood pressure or something. It would be weird for you to be taking high blood pressure medicine if you didn't have high blood pressure, but I don't know. I'd probably have high blood pressure if I had to live with him too. I don't know. God, please let his grown-ass kids hear this today. Sometime today, somebody get it to them. But I bet they're like, no, the prophet said we aren't to listen to that. Because the prophet said don't watch any social media or listen to the news. Chad probably told his kids that too. Because Lori said the prophet told her not to watch social media or the news unless she was on it, which she thought it was all about her. Powell says Tammy and no signs of blah, 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 blah. So I guess they were continuing surveillance on her because the suspicion with the Jeep, they already knew about what was in the Jeep. They had seized it. They probably saw that, I do wonder, though, because if they had seen where the Jeep had been, couldn't they arrest Alex? Was there a shell casing in Brandon's car? I want to know more. Tendinitis, tramadol, okay. So usually if somebody's sick, they're on medication for something, like a cold, but she wasn't. And if she was coughing, it's because she was asphyxiated. Or beginning to or something. I don't know. I thought it was weird, though, that Chad chose to let Tammy fall on the floor to make a big thump and wake up Garth. And he started his whole, oh my God, and Garth's like, I've never seen my dad so upset. I'm like, that's just theater. That's just theatrics, son. One of these kids has to see through him. They're old enough to finally see a prophet he ain't. And if somebody was starting to tell me my mom was going to die, we'd have issues. I'd be like, you're not seeing that. I'm praying against that. I rebuke you. Don't say that. You must want her to die. Jurors now see the autopsy photo of Tammy Daybell's body. Oh my gosh. Let's see. She was buried for like 3 or 4 months before they exhumed her, I think. It was the day after, or the day of Alex killing himself. Because as soon as he heard she was going to be exhumed, I think he took malachite. And that's how he died. And it looked like a heart problem. And he just happened to have one. He didn't have a heart, though. So, state admits a photo showing Tammy Daybell's grave and backhoe. Other photos show the vault, the gravesite, and the casket being loaded into a vehicle to head to the medical examiner's office, which I saw these photos before. So they're actually seeing Tammy Daybell's autopsy photo. Does that mean, I don't know. Does that mean before there, is she just laying on the table? Is she closed? And at this point, how much has the body? I don't know. Thank God they didn't cremate her, though. I would love to see how the jurors are responding to these photos because it cannot be easy. I've never had to look at photos of dead people, especially children, and that can cause a whole nother line of emotions for people that are looking at this woman. You know what I mean? Because she's having to look at the pictures too. Or they should make her ass look at them. But it would piss me off if she wasn't looking at them and we're having to. Because I want to see what her freaking face. She's not going to be upset if she sees Tammy's body. She's in her mind. She's going to be like, yep. Got rid of her. But didn't get her money, did you? I think they did spend her money, though. Ugh. So looking at her autopsy picture. I don't know if that means prior to the autopsy. I don't know if that means... thank you. Thank you so much. Checking convictions. Oh, you have had to... Oh, my goodness. Was it in a trial that you had to do it where you can actually see the person that's on trial looking at them too? Because I just wonder, what is that person doing? Are they having to see it too? Does the whole courtroom see? Like, is there a video camera in front of Lori? There should be. I mean, I think we should all be looking at the same damn thing. And I hope do the jurors know that she wanted to be excused? I don't know if they got to hear that. I hope they got to hear his ruling on that because that would piss me off. Like, oh, girl, wait. We're coming here every day for your dumb ass because you didn't do this. And you want to leave? No. Rawlings has no further questions. Thomas will now cross-examine. Get ready to have all your energy sucked out by the energy vampire. Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. They're not asking as many questions as I'd be asking. They're just not. There would be so many more questions, and maybe there is when I listen to it. I'm just hoping there's more evidence than this. It's really making me oh God. I wish they'd say you have to look. If they gotta look, you gotta look. You said you didn't do it, so look at it. Wow. That would piss me off as a juror. I'd be like, look at her. We gotta look at this, but she won't? No. Come on, live updates. Come on. Rawlings has no further questions. Thomas will now cross-examine. I guess he's up there going, hi, I'm Thomas. So you said... Man, they had Tammy out the ground and in the ground the same day from what I heard. And I was like, God, please let there be something under her nails. Let there be some stuff on her phone. Please check for certain poisons like malachite. He sounds like a crow, doesn't he? I'm right here, Coco. You can get down and walk in here. I'm going to have to shut the door because I accidentally made him think I was his mate. And no, I didn't touch his, you know what? I was petting him and letting him cuddle with me. And it's his hormonal period. And they said they think you're their mate. And then you leave the room and they go berserk. So this is my third day of listening to that. Come on, Thomas. Cross-examine already. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's starting to talk, but it's like I don't know what he's saying. but he sounds pissed. I try to get close enough to see what he's saying, and then he stops. I'm like, I know you were talking about me. He's a cockatoo. Him's a baby, but I mean, he's not little, but he's just not as big as he can be. But yeah, I've been cuddling him a lot, all the time, and I didn't realize what I was doing to him until he started biting me and acting out and screaming. I was like, what the heck? So looked it up, and he's doing all the hormonal things. He's doing them all. So I'm only supposed to pet him on his top of his head and give him space. Don't put him in dark corners. Don't give him boxes. He'll start nesting. I didn't know the male birds nested. Yeah, he did. He was like that. I was like, oh my God, my bird is possessed. But he was humping something in the corner. He was getting in his water bowl, humping it a little bit or trying to cool off. I'm not sure, but yeah, it breaks my heart because I wish I could do something. So I've gotten all the right foods for him. I've gotten all the right toys for him to try to keep him busy. Another toy that's coming in today should keep him very busy. It's one of those that he has to like literally try to get into, and it has things hidden in it, and supposedly they love that. I'm trying to get the live updates, but damn. I thought Thomas was cross-examining, but maybe he's not saying anything of importance, and I don't know. Yep. He's, I'd bring him in here, but this morning he bit me right here. You see that? I thought I had a zit, but then I was like, no, that's where he bit me. Yeah, because I guess he's mad at me because I haven't been cuddling him now. I don't know how long it's going to take for him to realize I'm not his mate, because I'm backing off. I'm not doing all that. Oh, how funny. Let me out. Now, I leave his cage open all day long. He could literally crawl down that cage and walk in here. He has crawled down twice and walked looking for Nicholas. And it's so funny. When he gets to him, he takes that one leg and taps Nicholas on the leg. I guess I'm going to try to log back into this and make sure I'm not missing nothing. I assume she's got makeup on, because I mean, if they go and get her clothes, I guess they allow her to wear makeup and try to look decent. But I think it would bother me, like with Casey Anthony and with Lori. You know, you knew that those two thought this was all about them, and that they were so pretty, and that they were getting things by people. But to me, it was disturbing to see them laughing, even with their attorney. I would not want to be doing that. I would not want any laughing. Don't make me laugh, because then I look cold-hearted. I mean, they're showing dead pieces of my daughter and digging up my son, and let's don't laugh today. Let's just don't, you know. And I don't know if she started her crying out in front of people. Oh, it would call the kitty? Now that's funny. That's funny. I wish I had a kitty. Okay, here we go. Thomas asked Powell some questions to clarify his law enforcement background. I still remember what he said. 4.5 years, a detective, 20 years with the department, something like that. See, he's just trying to trip him up. Thomas also asked about the photos taken of Chad and Lori at Cafe Rio and Hobby Lobby in Idaho Falls. Thank you. Somebody needs to ask. I'm like, what'd they buy? Powell says he surveyed Lori and Chad just the one time. He followed them from Madison County at the apartment complex to Idaho Falls. Powell was with his chief deputy and 2 detectives from Rexburg Police during the surveillance operation. They all took separate vehicles And the other officers took different photos of Chad and Lori. And they had a team of people following them. Powell says he couldn't overhear the conversation Lori and Chad were having at Cafe Rio. He sat a table away from them, and it was not very busy. He actually went in there and sat by him. Man, I'd be having to get right by him and listen. Powell says he was not involved in the investigation of the paintball shooting incident of Tammy Daybell. It was not a paintball. Powell says he was not aware of where Lori Vallow was on the day Tammy died. Thomas asked if Powell would be surprised to know Lori was in Hawaii. Powell says no. Nobody will be surprised to hear she's in Hawaii. Thomas has no further questions, and we are taking a morning recess. Why would... Okay, well, let me just tell you. We're just going to have to get his butt back up there, because that all just sounded wrong. Wow. Would you be surprised to hear she was in Hawaii? No. She was the one that conspired. I didn't think she actually went in there and killed Tammy. But wow. That would have been wild if they did survey. With all this surveillance, you think they'd be getting some of Alex too, coming and going. But I guess I guess Chad just kept going to her condo. And she probably didn't go back to his house very often or at all. But you think they would keep following him too. But they don't have surveillance at his house. You notice that? Just at her condo. I wonder why they never followed them. Huh. Yeah, I've always wanted one too. This is the biggest bird I've ever had. I've only had him since December maybe. And my husband and my son are really put out with him. Even though we finally know why, they're still, like, do we have to live with this? Huh. So let me look back, because I'm trying to figure out this Powell dude. I mean, he came over from Rexburg, right? Or was Powell from Idaho? Okay. So Powell is from Idaho. And the Gilbert police contact him about Tammy. Okay. I was confused. So that's why Powell was doing that. Then the Arizona people also come over and are doing some surveillance. Madison County at the apartment complex to Idaho Falls. Okay, so they were at Idaho Falls running around. Guarantee you they got a flower bouquet in damn Hobby Lobby. Where you bet? So I didn't know there was even an investigation of the paintball shooting incident, which I don't like to call the paintball incident because we know now Lori was pissed and said Alex can't do nothing right because the gun didn't fire, jammed, or I don't know. Maybe the dummy forgot to load it. I don't know because there was some kind of click. And they found all these guns. I don't know. You think they would be able to... Now, they did say his phone was around her house earlier that day or something. But I guess he didn't have his phone on him at that time. I don't know. But we all know. We all know it was freaking Alex. But I didn't know she even called the police about that. Or maybe they just found out about it on her Facebook page because she was thinking some kid was just running around with a paintball gun. Yeah. Oh, Powell was? Okay. He looked familiar. I just couldn't remember which place he was from. He was from Idaho, I guess. Now, one of the officers, you remember one of the detectives, when they were talking to Chad, they're like, "Aren't you that author? I think I know your daughter," or something like that. Remember? I just remembered that. Mm. Okay, so they're taking their morning break. Can't wait to hear more about Tammy. If they're going to show her autopsy picture, well, then I hope they're going to talk about her autopsy more than just asphyxiation. I just think it was so wrong that they never did an autopsy, that they just let Chad say, no, the kids wouldn't want that. Let's just hurry up and get her to the funeral. I mean, I think he arrived before the body did, from what I heard, because he was in a damn hurry. And he was pointing out light and dark people at the funeral home. Out loud. Out loud. Wow. If I was his kids, I mean, they're just way too damn sheltered or something, because, you know, he's been saying that the mom's going to die. All of a sudden, he's got a girlfriend. I think Garth might be the only one that actually, I don't think he said anything to his dad. I think he actually said something to either Julie Rowe, or maybe Emma said something to Julie Rowe about, my dad's gotten married to another woman 2 weeks later after the mom's dead. And that they were concerned. But other than that, they don't see nothing wrong, I guess. I don't know. Now they knew that she died of asphyxiation. They found out after the autopsy, they were told. They were finally told. So I had heard she died of asphyxiation before this. But that's all I heard. Because Emma was like, they said she died of asphyxiation. Which means you either accidentally or intently choked to death on something. Okay? So they said most of the time it's accidentally when I looked it up online. But anytime your lungs bleed, I mean, that's what you're going to do. You're going to choke to death, right? So, I don't know. So what did they even put him up there for? Just to say that he was surveillance one day? No, I didn't hear what they said or nothing else. Just took pictures of them. I mean, we already know they were together. But I guess he assisted a little bit in... Okay, he told us the stuff about her medication and that thing. So him saying she was sick was BS. He was like, but she didn't want to spend the money and go to the doctor because she was only one damn working. Ugh. I just can't believe the gall of Chad Daybell saying, well, I mean, either one of them saying they didn't do it, but Chad really trying to act like he don't even need to be here. I mean, dang. I know. Yeah, see, I think she's finally seeing that this ain't making her look good. Whether she says she didn't do it or not, her pretty face ain't too pretty no more. They're disgusted with her ass. To me, it's more evident than damn the Murdoch trial. They got more evidence than to convict this woman on not only conspiracy, but possibly having committed some of it, which to me, whether her hands were on it or not, she did it because she conspired with them to do it. There's so many emails. I mean, they were trying to first cast people out, then those people died. Poor Larry. It kind of sounds like Larry's in the courtroom, but didn't he have to go into the overflow room or something until he until he got on the stand. Now, see, I'm going to have to leave soon. And I thought they were going to end court today at a certain time, early. They never said if they were going to do that or not. So let me go look and see. No. Let's see. Let's see if Justin Loom says. He's kind of doing a different thing. He's doing an update, but it's like a story he's writing. Valentine's Day, day that meant so much to Charles. Kay Vallow Woodcock just shared something so personal with me. 2/14 was the wedding anniversary for Charles and Lori Vallow. Today would have been 14 years. This is February 15th, 2020. Okay. He's replaying a memory. Kay watched Charles take his ring off with tears in his eyes. She says he told her, "I can't believe this is happening." That's sad. When Tammy was found, those hands, she was described as a computer whiz, never going to do anything on a computer again. And the defendant and Chad Daybell getting married on a beach in Hawaii, starting their life together. Lindsay Blake said that, and that was good. And Justin says, the hardest thing I've ever had to watch and see as a journalist was yesterday. So I guess everybody in the courtroom is seeing it. I was wondering, oh my goodness. But she's probably not looking. Because I know yesterday when they were showing something after the lunch break, I'm pretty sure NateEaton said she's not looking. I'd be mad. If I was her attorney, I'd be like, you better look over at that. Act like you're acknowledge it. Look at it. Something. Mm-mm. Are they leaving court early today? Because as soon as I cancel this doctor appointment, they'll be leaving court and I'll be like, damn. I think I'm going to cancel it anyway, though. Maybe I'll get some things done at my house. Linda, is that you? Let me out. Can't wait till my bird does start saying stuff. Hi, this is Patricia White. I had an appointment at 1 today with Dr. North, and I cannot make it. Something has come up again. I will call to reschedule. My birthday is 8670. My number is 225-313-8812. Thank you. Okay, I'm sure they're all like, why'd she give her number out? I'm like, I don't expect all of y'all to be calling me, so. I sent NateEaton a thing asking if court was going to be, I guess they're going to go to the funeral of whoever passed away in Lindsay Blake's family. Yeah, I just wish I knew more about Lori, and if she's looking at the pictures. I think I'm just going to ask either Justin or Nate. They pretty much, they answer. Like if you ask them on their Facebook or message them, they answer. I can go see if I can get my bird to come in here, though. He might come in here with me. I just don't want him to eat anything. I'll be right back. If he gets aggressive with me, I'm going to have to take him back to his little cage. Say hi, Coco. Say hi. Hi. He's got scars where he had plucked all his feathers off from the previous owner, but he got well, and that's when I got him. Alrighty. So I think they're only supposed to take like a 20-minute break at the most. It's 10:11 there. It's 11:31 here. What? They have to be back, right? You want something to play with? You can have this. These are, he's real afraid of new toys. Like I have to be real careful putting him on his cage and stuff because he's like, what is that? Is that too big for you? But he likes glasses and these are not mine. You can have, oh, it's just glasses. You want them? Or is that too big? Okay. He loves cards. You want a card? Hope that one's not important. Okay. Want to play with this? Maybe he'll play with that. Thank you. Yeah. I hate to even think about what the other people must have done to him for him to pluck his feathers off. He probably was caged all the time, and then he may have been screaming, and they put him in a room or something alone. Breaks my heart. I only close his cage at night when I put his little black cover on so that he can get, because they're supposed to get like 12 hours of sleep, these things, of pitch black sleep. So I have to move him to a whole nother room and everything. You'll love these. He can tear something apart in 2 seconds. It's so funny. They are sensitive. This one is like a 2-year-old in every way. Oh, dude, I can't just be picking everything up that you're dropping. I know that's what you want me to do. Here's another one. How about that? It's a different one. That eraser went down my shirt. Oh. I'm checking to see if they're coming back. I know they're not taking a lunch break. Come here, Drake. I'm afraid he's going to try to get under my hair and think it's a nesting area. You want to see what else over here, huh? I'd give you that remote if I could, but I can't. Come here, Drake. Come here. Come here. Here. You want to play with that? So I guess we're just going to do detectives today, probably. I want to hear more about Tammy's stuff. But I kind of feel like we're all over the place. Does anybody else kind of feel like that? There's like jumping all over the place, which, I mean, just try to imagine you don't know anything about this case, trying to keep up with that, you know? I hope they're paying close attention. Oh God, all these wires. Holy cow. You can cut a wire in half. Oh no, I know you're looking at them, but you cannot have them. Look here, you want this? With another one. Oh, it's a game. He likes to throw things. He'll throw the ball with me, though. This ball that has holes in it, a wiffle ball. He'll throw it with me. All right, let's see. Oh, y'all, I don't know if they're coming back or what. Oh, they're calling this day 8. I've been calling it day 3. They're not back on my phone. Yeah, as soon as I cover his cage at night when it's bedtime, which I try not to do it till 8:30, quiet. It's almost like he's not going to talk anymore. Doesn't scream or nothing. It's nice. I think he's ready to go to bed by then, though. You want some ice? Oh, I don't have any more ice, but you can have some water. Here, how about this? This looks like fun. You can tear that up. Not the speaker. Not my speaker. Here, I have this. This. Huh. What do you think's going on? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I keep hoping that he's not plucking his feathers, because that would just break my heart. But I spend a lot of time with him. He's in the room where we always are until nighttime. I bring him in my room. But I was wondering why he was rubbing all up against my husband and my mom's husband. He was kissing my mom's husband. I was like, oh crap, come here. You got to get off of the computer. Oh, no. Come on. I'm going to have to take him back, y'all. I'm scared he's going to fight one of these wires. Let's see if I got any information. I'm not getting anything since 10/11. So it's 10:38 there, right? So 10/10, 20, 25, 30, 35. So they should be back any second because he said 15 to 20 minute breaks. And unless they're talking about sidebar or something. Come here, Drake. Come here. Come here, baby. The bird likes to bite the dogs, though. He chases after him and stuff. I have to catch him before he hurts them. Okay, play with that? No. You're just dropping everything I'm giving you. Let me put it on. Maybe you can play with it like that. All right, let's see. I'm not seeing anything. Come here. Come here. So where are all y'all from? Whoever's on here. I know I had a lady from Mississippi on here yesterday, I think. Hernando or something. And I didn't even realize. I think that's where the terrible tornadoes just were. I didn't realize till the next day. So I guess Powell was an okay witness because we heard about Tammy. That was interesting. I wonder if we're going to hear from the person that did the autopsy. You think? Yeah, this one loves to be scratched on the neck. Come here. Come up here. Come on. The dog tries to trick me to get up and feed him more food, but he doesn't need more food. I don't see any updates. If anybody else does, let me know. I don't know what's going on. I'd like to. Oh, Kobe Ryan went by. Well, this was 2020, I think. Yeah, where all the signs and stuff had been taken off the fence at Chad Daybell's for the kids, and Emma and them did that because Emma lives right there. That makes me so mad. Like, that's not your house no more. It's the attorney's. Half of it's still considered Tammy's, but I don't know what they're doing with that. Or part of her estate, I guess you would say. I'm going to ask him if they're leaving today. All right. Let's go back to NateEaton. I'm dying to know if any of the Daybell kids are watching, listening, reading, asking for any updates. I wonder if they even know that an autopsy photo of their mother was shown today in court, or gonna be, or if they've even seen it. Probably not. I mean, that's not something I would hope nobody would be asking to see, but I know they've seen the autopsy report because I remember Emma talking about it, how she had to request it or something, but they wouldn't just give it to her. I don't know what's going on, y'all. It's been 30 minutes, right? Minnesota. Is it cold there? Where are you going? I think it's about time for me to take you back, baby, because I'm scared you're going to get into some stuff. I'll be right back, y'all. Yeah. Where you go? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's spring there. I would have thought it was still cold. Look how much I know. Come here. Come here. Usually, if they're even back in the courtroom, Nate will type what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure they said Hermosillo will be called back. Recess is over. Court is back in session. Dang. How are they taking such long breaks when he's like 15, 20 minutes? They come back 35 minutes later? I don't know. I think their lunch break should only be 30 minutes. I know that sounds harsh, but I'm being selfish, I think. Okay. Can't wait to see who's coming up next, but I bet you it's another detective. Why are both of you staring at me now? Come here. Somebody get in my lap. Come here. So I guess they're allowed to just say, we believe Tammy was a homicide, asphyxiation, and then they can just say that's her cause of death and call it a homicide. I mean, that is one of the things that Lori's been accused of, right? It's conspiring to kill. And then I wonder if Chad's going to literally be accused of killing. Because they can't just put everything on Alex. Chad was there. Chad was with her when she died. Even as one of the grown kids, I'd be suspicious of that too. I'd be like, you were the only one with her. What was she doing? What'd she choke on? Did you not hear her? She said she was tired. She was going to bed. She was coughing. I think you'd have heard if she was choking. I know you would have. But he knew she was choking because he gave her whatever made her choke, which, how can they not know to look for malachite? Maybe they did. Recess is over. Court is back in session. Man, when I heard him say that Lori was walking in with shackles and that they literally lock her into something on the floor. Wow. I guess they've always done that with her and I just never knew. I mean, you could tell she was walking with shackles. I just never knew they actually shackled you to the floor. Come here, somebody. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, okay. Now, I know everything is a waiting game. And then the way they're jumping around, I just hope these people are taking good notes. Because I think I'd have to have sections of each person and flip back and forth to every bit of information that came about each person. Because, you know, we've been following it for 3 years. These people supposedly haven't. I don't know how many of them know something about it, but supposedly nobody really knows much about it or anything, which I cannot even imagine living in Idaho and not knowing a thing about it. You must not have a TV but I mean, people hear about it. How are you not hearing about that, especially at church, at the LDS church? You know, they're talking about that. They were telling people to stay out of it. He may have been the prophet that said, don't watch social media, don't watch the news, don't listen to that. I think it was Chad, though. I think Lori was calling him the prophet. Once the world didn't end, that's when the prophet wouldn't have been a prophet no longer to me. That's all it takes is one time. What he said didn't happen, which, of course, there was already tons of things that didn't happen that he said was going to happen. There's a lot of that going on in that religion, though, that they have near-death experiences, supposedly, and then they know stuff. They can see past the veil, and they know how many lives they've had, or they can be translated beings, and I don't believe in all that. Recess is over. Court is back in session. Prosecution says due to unforeseen circumstances, they have requested to dismiss for the day. Defense does not object. Trial will continue tomorrow. Are you believing this shit? I think I'm going to try to go to my doctor's appointment. This is crazy. So, I know. Thanks for letting us know. We sat by on the break. I knew it. That's what I figured they were discussing. They're just going to go ahead and, hey, Lord. Man, I can't thank y'all enough for getting on here with me today. I needed someone to talk to about all this. Maybe Carrie and I can talk later and she can help me figure out how to get the things up here from Twitter. Because supposedly on Twitter, they just scroll. And I don't know how to get all that stuff on my computer, but I bet she does. Anyway, I will probably be doing this again tomorrow. I have another appointment tomorrow at 1 that I have to leave for at 12:30. But besides that, I'm gonna need somebody to talk to about this. So y'all look for the audio for it later. Justin Loom's the one that usually has it. It's after I've gone to bed because I think it's usually 7:30 their time when he puts it up, and then that's 8:30 my time, which is my bedtime. So y'all have a great day too. Hopefully I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye. Thank you.